Now, boys and girls, we're back with one of these videos. I did one of these last week, and it's basically just a complete therapy session for me. I have no one in real life that I can rant to about wrestling that would give a living, you know what I mean? They couldn't care less about professional wrestling, so I'd be ranting to a brick wall. They couldn't care less. So this is my therapy session, just to get, I don't know, just to rant about anything that comes to mind, any topics that are at least a little bit relevant right now. It's not going to be a visually pleasing video. There's going to be one picture on the screen the entire video. So use it as a podcast. Listen to it as you're doing whatever you're doing today. Hopefully you have a great day today. Um, Now I have one topic written down. Last time I had a few topics written down. So this is going to be a complete waffle. I have no idea where I'm going with this. No idea. But you're along for the journey. I don't know where I'm going, but we'll get there together. Now, therapy session begins. Now, I have one topic written down, and that is Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus the Braun brothers, which is pretty good. The Braun brothers? Oh, they might have to pay me for that one. The Braun brothers. There we go. That's their name. They still haven't got a name. Um, but that has been announced for SummerSlam pretty much. Roman asked Jey, "Oh, we've got to do this, brother." And then Jey Uso was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So that's gonna happen. Now, my last two Raw reviews, I have said that Roman Braun Breaker is the only way to go here. You cannot bring Roman Reigns back for a tag team match. It's Roman Reigns. He was on top of the entire industry for 4+ years. The only thing that mattered to him in those 4 years was that title, right? Relevancy, the title, being on top, being the top of the industry, being the guy, having that title, being the draw, being the main event, every single PLE that you're on. You know what I mean? So now he comes back. Well, let's rewind. Let's go back a little bit. So he loses it at WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes. Okay. He goes away for a little bit. In that period, Solo is saying he's the tribal chief, he's the head of the table, he's the head of the bloodline, all of that. So it makes sense for Roman to come back and face Solo. It makes sense. You can't really complain too much about that. You know what I mean? But not once since he has been back has he even gone anywhere near the title, anywhere near a top guy, anywhere near a top guy. Who has he faced? Who has he faced since he lost the title, which was WrestleMania 40? Well over a year ago. I'm not going to get into specific months, but let's say a year and April, May, a year and 4 months, maybe a year and 4 months. We'll say that a year and 4 months, and he hasn't even gone near the title or a top guy or top opponent. You know what I mean? So he went for Solo. Okay, that lasted quite a while. Then he went for CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, which, I mean, you could say the top guys, which they are, especially Punk, but it wasn't for the title. There was nothing on the line. It was a triple threat with nothing on the line. Main event of night one, so the B-Tech main event. And then since then, he went away for a bit after that, and now he's come back for Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Like, why? Okay, if Seth was still there, I get it, right? Big history with Seth, I get it. Even though, even if Seth was still, competing, which it might be all a work. And if it is a work, I assume that it's going to be to cost Punk. right? Because the whole thing is, as long as I'm around, you're not going to be champion. So SummerSlam versus Gunther will cost him, cash in. But then that's fucked up the entire Roman Reigns thing. So you're telling me this, if this Seth Rollins injury is a work, that their plan the whole time has been for Roman Reigns to come back and face the Bronze? That was the plan? I really doubt it, because that's even Triple H is stupid, but even for him, that's just ridiculous. So you bring Roman Reigns comes back for a tag team match just because Braun Breaker speared him. Like, what's Bronson done to him? Bronson has done nothing to him. So why would you want to just... The only way to go here was Braun Breaker, the guy in the company, versus the next guy in the company. That was the only way to go here. But there was like, shit, we want Jey Uso on the card. We want the crowd to yeet, right? We want that. We want to give the illusion that the crowd is having a great time. So we'll have them yeet. We'll have Jey Uso on the card. We need to get him on the card. It's Jey Uso. We need the crowd to yeet. We don't really have him involved with anything, with anyone on the roster. He's not involved with anyone. So what do we do? I know what we'll do. Tag team match. Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker versus whatever. Roman Reigns needs to be, like, think about it. He hasn't touched the title. He hasn't gone anywhere near the title. Gunther's or Cody's or Cena's. No one's. We don't have long left of Roman Reigns. Even after SummerSlam, he's going away for another while to film a movie. So he's going to be gone away for another few months again. And then after that, he'll come back, maybe for WrestleMania, and then he'll be gone again. We don't have long of Roman Reigns. We maybe have 3 matches a year max of Roman Reigns. 3 matches a year maximum. WrestleMania is guaranteed. SummerSlam probably. Well, at least this year it's guaranteed. And then there might be another one. There might be a Saudi event. There might be a Survivor Series. There might be a Royal Rumble. Maybe 4. Maybe 4 matches. 4 at an absolute push. But year by year, that 4 is going to go down to 3. Then it's going to go down to 2. Then he's going to go to Undertaker's schedule that he used to have, which was just WrestleMania every year, and that's it. It's not going to be long. He's taking more and more steps into Hollywood. He's going to be a movie star. Maybe not on the level of The Rock, but he is going to be in Hollywood. He is going to be in movies. He's going to be an actor. How long before he commits to that full time and just does an Undertaker schedule? It's not going to be long. So we have to make the absolute most of this guy, the absolute most of Roman Reigns when we do have him available to us. He's still your biggest star. Him and John Cena are still your biggest stars, your biggest names. It is still Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, head of the table. I don't like OTC. That's a stupid name, especially OTC 1. What the fuck does that even mean? Why have you put a 1 on the end of it? That could be an entirely separate rant. I might get to it in this video if I run out of things to rant about, but it's stupid. He should be feeling like Roman Reigns right now. Even when he shows up, he gets the pop. He gets that big ovation from the crowd, because of course he does. Everyone loves him. Still a huge name, and he's been away for a few months. And every time you see him, it's a return of some sort, right? Every time you see Roman Reigns, it's a return. So, of course he's going to get a big reaction. He's the biggest name in the company. But then when that stops, does it feel like Roman Reigns? Do they have him doing things that are on a Roman Reigns level? Because if you think about it, right? If you genuinely think about it right now, what he did on Monday, you could replace with LA Knight. You could replace with Jimmy or Jey Uso. You could replace with Penta. You could replace with Sami Zayn. He did nothing that was on the level of something a top huge star in the company would do. He went out there, cut a promo, and then got beat up. He went out there, cut a promo, got beat up, and then Jey Uso had to come out to help him. That's something LA Knight would do. If you was to say to anyone, right, you don't say a name. You should just say, right, someone, a wrestler on that company, went out there, had a back and forth, sort of, with Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker. Then he got beat up a little bit, and then someone, Jey Uso, came out to help him. You could easily say that was LA Knight. You could easily say that was anyone on the roster. They don't have Roman Reigns doing Roman Reigns level of things in this shows anymore. Even leading up to WrestleMania, it was half face, half heel. He didn't really know what he was. It was just, let's just beat each other up a little bit. It was just all over the place. So they don't know what they're doing with Roman Reigns. They don't know what they are doing with Roman Reigns. He doesn't feel like Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. As I said, we have limited time left of Roman Reigns, and there's some big matches that you could have with him. John Cena on this last run, but roles reversed. For the first time, Roman Reigns, John Cena, but John Cena as the heel, Roman as the face. Right? Gunther. Roman Reigns versus Gunther is huge. Right? CM Punk in a one-on-one, which should have been at the Mania main event of night one. I don't know why Seth was in it. He ended up turning on them, and it ended up being a moment that we all thought was going to lead to something special, but it hasn't. There's some good matches for Roman to have here, even Braun Breaker. But now it's wasted in a tag team match just because they want Jey Uso on the card, so people can yeet. It's all fucked up, man. Triple H does not know how to book a star for the life of him. He cannot book someone to feel like a huge star. He's somehow taken Roman Reigns and made him not feel like Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. He relies on the crowd reaction when he returns, right? Loud crowd reaction. It gives the illusion that this is an incredible moment, when in reality, it's not. He gets a big crowd reaction because of course he does, and then you don't really have him doing anything much. Anything of real substance, anything that feels huge. Roman Reigns should still feel like Roman Reigns, head of the table, Tribal Chief. He should still feel like all of that, because he should be all of that still. But he's not. He's not. So he somehow found a way to make Tribal Chief Roman Reigns not feel like that. John Cena. You have the opportunity to book a heel John Cena in his last run. You have the opportunity to book John Cena's retirement tour last year in the company. Think about you, yourself. Think about how much fun you would have with John Cena's last year, right? If you was head of creative, if you had the opportunity and the privilege to book John Cena's last year in the company, how much fun you would have, how creative you would get with it, all the opportunities. And Triple H has done nothing. Nothing. He's wasted it. The only good things we've had from this John Cena retirement tour are because of John Cena. The CM Punk promo, that wasn't Triple H, that was John Cena. So anything good we've had from this retirement tour has been because of John Cena. Triple H has given him nothing to work with. He's been involved in no storylines of substance. They're all, if you think about it, every single John Cena storyline, feud, has been promo match. Maybe at the end of the promo he'll take a finisher, right? He'll get put through a table. He'll take a move, right? And then they'll have the match and he'll cheat to win. Rinse and repeat for every single feud. Promo, take the finisher. Promo, take the finisher. Promo, take the finisher, match, cheat to win, move on to the next feud. Every single time. I don't even know what the CM Punk match was. Penta and Sami Zayn, you know what I mean? You didn't give them, you gave them, what was it, 2 weeks to build up to it? You gave them 2 weeks to work with. Maybe 3 weeks. 3 weeks to work with. 3 shows for CM Punk and John Cena. He's made John Cena's retirement tour, first ever heel run, feel meh. Like, there's been a couple good moments, but overall it's been bad if we're all being honest here. Compared to what we all expected it to be. If this wasn't a retirement tour, if this wasn't a John Cena and his last heel run and his retirement tour and it's huge, then it'd be meh. Like, if you gave this same character and story to a Carmelo Hayes, it'd be alright to good at times. But because it's John Cena, and because it's his last year, it's his heel run, it's stupid, it's awful for what it should be. We should be getting some of the most memorable moments, segments, promos, storylines we've ever witnessed, or at least in a long time. In reality, it's all just very, like, wasted opportunity after wasted opportunity. Shall we go through it? Fuck it, let's go through it. Cody Rhodes, the first one, right? The first one leading up to WrestleMania. It feels like he has the least chemistry with Cody Rhodes out of everyone he's had a feud with. Everyone he's had something with, which I guess does make sense because Randy Orton, he's had years with him. Same for CM Punk, so it does make sense. But even leading up to WrestleMania, we get the heel turn with The Rock. Then The Rock decides, nah, you know what, lads? You know what? I know I've started this kind of huge storyline, one of the biggest moments there's ever been in professional wrestling. John Cena just turned heel, aligned with me. But do you know what? Nah, I'm just not going to show up again. Yeah, I'm just not going to show up again, lads. I'm just going to stay at home, really. And then if anyone complains, my ego's going to get hurt, and I'm going to call them out and say the company's an entire work and don't take it too seriously. That's what I'm going to do. Which is exactly what he did. But leading up to WrestleMania, it was just promo attacking the crowd, promo attacking the crowd, promo attacking the crowd, promo attacking the crowd, then Cody comes out. Promo attacking the crowd, then Cody comes out. Promo attacking the crowd, then Cody hits him with the crossroads. Promo attacking the crowd, then Cody hits him with the crossroads. That was it. No storyline, no substance, no Rock. And then we get to WrestleMania, and we get one of the worst WrestleMania main events we've ever witnessed. Travis Scott is what we got. John Cena won his record-breaking 17th title in the history books. And when you look back at it, when even people that aren't alive right now, they're going to go back and look at that record-breaking moment, right? WWE is going to upload that clip so many times in the future. And all it's going to be remembered for is Travis Scott. That's all it's going to be remembered for. So that was ruined. That was ruined. That should have been face John Cena. This heel run should have never happened. John Cena should have won the Rumble or whatever, gone on to face Gunther, main event of night one, won the title. Huge pyro, huge face reaction, huge celebration, jumping into the crowd would have been incredible. And we'd have it be, I genuinely believe we'd be having more fun right now with this John Cena heel run. I mean, farewell tour, sorry. And then after that, he goes into something with Randy Orton, which again, promo, take an RKO, promo, take an RKO, promo, take an RKO, have the match. Every time. Every single time. Which is the same exact formula they used for Cody Rhodes leading up to Mania. So that was nothing. That was just relying... Triple H is just relying on John Cena's promo skills, and that's it. He's not putting him into anything fun, anything with substance, anything with a storyline behind it. And then we get the match, and it ends with R-Truth coming out, who at that point wasn't Ron Killings, wasn't someone that people were like, oh, we need Ron Killings, we need R-Truth. At that point, he wasn't released or anything, so they just had him go out there. For no real reason, other than, oh, I like John Cena. And then after that, we go into something with, was it R-Truth after that? I think it was, right? Then it was R-Truth, Saturday night's main event, which didn't have a single promo between them. He just put him through a table at a press conference, and that was it. So no build-up, nothing to that match. It was entirely pointless. And then after that, who was it? Was it Punk after that? I think it was, right? I think it was Punk. They had about 3 segments to try and build it up. Gave us the best moment we've had by far in this heel run, which was John Cena's pipe bomb. Best moment we've had by far. So, to be fair, but it was building up to a night of champions. When SummerSlam was right there. You could have had them had over a month, maybe 2 months to build up to it. And we would have had substance to it. We would have had time to really delve into this storyline between the two, the last time ever. Thrown at Night of Champions with not much time to build it up. And then we get it, and we get Penta, Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins. Okay. That's just that stupid that I don't even want to go into it. I can't be bothered to think back and talk about that again. Because what on earth was that? And then after that, back into Cody Rhodes. And all we've had so far for that is a contract signing and Cody Rhodes put him through the table in the weirdest way I've ever seen. And do we really care about John Cena, Cody Rhodes again? Do we really, truly care? You know what I mean? We cared the first time because it was new. John Cena's a heel. Cody Rhodes, who's going to win? Is he going to win his 17th title? But this time, it's very much like, I don't really care. Like, what is this for? Is this genuinely to just give it back to Cody? Is that what all of this has been about? Give it back to Cody Rhodes? Do we care if it goes back to Cody Rhodes? Or, for me personally, if it's just going to go back to Cody, I would rather have John Cena retire with it. Because all of this can't just be, I mean, do we get a double turn? John turns face, Cody turns heel. I mean, Cody Rhodes would be much more interesting to me then. But I think it might be too early for a Cody heel turn. He's still extremely over. He might get booed sometimes, but that's because he's involved with John Cena. Everyone loves John Cena. So it's inevitable that Cody's going to get booed right now. But I think it's too early to turn Cody heel. He's still selling a lot of merch. He's still very, very, very over. Everyone still loves him. At least 90% of people. I think it's too early. So the best case scenario here is John Cena keeps it. For me, I love Cody Rhodes. He is hilarious. His podcast that he does, I watch every single one of them because he is so funny, like naturally funny. He's hilarious. It's a shame that he can't get that personality across on TV. Kind of very difficult to. You're trying to play a serious main event guy. You can't be making jokes. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really work for his character on TV. Maybe as a heel it'd work more and he'd be able to get more of that kind of stuff in. Hopefully. So I do, trust me, I want to see Cody as a heel more than anyone. I think it'll be really fun. I think Cody as a heel will be so much fun. But not yet. Let's not rush it. But a Cody Rhodes, another face run with the title does nothing for me. So then what? Face, I don't know. But then the question is, where does it go? Like, they've booked themselves into a corner kind of thing. Because if John Cena does keep it, who does he lose it to? Or does he retire with it? You know what I mean? Like, so far, he's faced no younger talent, to be fair. He's faced no younger talent, like up and coming talent yet. Maybe that's who he faces on the way out. Maybe his last match is a Braun Breaker. Maybe that's what they're building up to, right? John Cena's last match, he kind of passes the torch to a Braun Breaker. I don't know who else there could be. Potentially, but I don't really know how this is going. But either way, where this entire rant started, this heel run for John Cena, this title run, this last year, this retirement tour, has not gone as well as it should have by far. So, Triple H has found a way, which I don't think anyone else on the planet could do. It takes real skill. You have to go out of your way to ruin Roman Reigns and John Cena. So fair play to him. I would give him a round of applause, but I'm holding the mic and I don't want to deafen you all. It deserves a round of applause because it takes that much effort. It takes that much effort and that much lack of creative to do that. Because genuinely, if you put any fan in charge of creative, they would book better than this. They'd have fun with it, right? You have the privilege of booking a professional wrestling show, the biggest in the world. You have the privilege of booking some of the biggest stars in the entire industry for the biggest show in the world when it comes to professional wrestling, and you book the easiest possible matches, the easiest possible booking you could possibly do. That's why you see constantly, if you win this, you qualify for a title match, right? Night of Champions, if you win the tournament, you get a title match at SummerSlam. Night of Evolution, if you win the Battle Royale, you get a title match. Constantly does it. Because he doesn't have to put effort into it then. He doesn't have to tell a storyline. He doesn't have to get creative. He doesn't have to put thought behind it. It's just, okay, we'll have a Battle Royale. If you win it, you face the champion at Night of Champions, at Clash in Paris. So then, I ain't got to put a storyline to it. So then, I ain't got to put effort into this. All I'll do is I'll just have them go out there and cut a promo every week. Right? Stephanie Naomi, if that's how it's going. Stephanie Naomi. I'll just have them cut a promo on each other every week, and maybe 2 of the weeks, or maybe 1 of the week, because how many weeks or shows is there to build up to Clash in Paris after SummerSlam? Probably not many, because it feels like we get 3 PLEs a month right now, so we don't have time to build to anything. So it's just going to be probably a promo and then beat each other up a little bit. That's what we're going to get. He constantly takes the easiest way out. Constantly. The easiest booking he can possibly think of. Doesn't have to put effort into it. Doesn't have to put effort into it or care into it. You need to have fun. You need to have fun. As I say, you have the privilege of booking these shows. Have fun with it. Get creative. Put any fan in that position. We have fun with it. We get creative. We make the most of it, right? We think of all the fun possibilities that you can have. You have Roman Reigns, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Gunther in your company. And you book them in the easiest, most simple, most boring, most generic booking possible. Name me a storyline right now. Name me a storyline on TV right now. There isn't one. When I say storyline, I mean something that has substance. Something that's had seeds planted for it. Something that's had seeds planted for it. Something there's a story there. Not just, I don't like you, you don't like me, let's have a match. Or, I qualified for this match, so we're going to have it. Right? Or, you said something bad to me, so let's have a match. And then we'll have another match. And then we'll have a match on the PLE. That's everything in WWE right now. We don't have a storyline. Even Vince McMahon's WWE at the end, as awful as it was, There was one or two little storylines, even if it was absolutely horrendous, like Bobby Lashley and Lana. Do you remember how bad that was? But guess what it was? It was a storyline. It was a storyline. Even if it was absolutely terrible, it was still a storyline. Right? You still had something that was continued every week. Right now, as I say, it's just, I don't like you, you don't like me, let's have a match. That is every single feud in WWE in 2025. Every single one of them. That's not fun. That's not creative. That's not putting effort into your shows. That's just booking the same formula for every single feud that you have. Right? Every single feud. There's no storyline. You remember Enzo Amore and Lana, or Enzo Amore and Big Cass? Storylines. Even if they weren't great, right? Even if it was just like, what are we doing here, right? Most of it did make you think, what are we doing? But it was something. It was a storyline. Even if it was awful, it classed as a storyline. None of these feuds class as storylines. I forgot where this rant even started. I was talking about Triple H's lack of being able to build stars, and then I got into his lack of creative and booking the most generic things possible. So we're going to get back to his inability to book stars. So we've done John Cena and Roman Reigns. Now CM Punk. You have CM Punk available to you in your company. And for a good run, for a good few weeks, he had him going at the end of the show or at the start of the show for about 5 minutes. And that was, no, nowhere near 5 minutes, sorry, but 30 seconds. CM Punk is probably your most, in fact, he is your most over full-time guy. Roman Reigns and John Cena aren't full-time. CM Punk is full-time, and he is your most over full-time guy with the crowd. He is unbelievably over every single week, every city. And he had him going out there for 30 seconds. Now he's involved with something with Gunther, but we have 2 shows to build up to it. Is he going to win? Is he going to lose? I don't know. They had about 5 minutes together. You know what I mean? But CM Punk at least had the Drew McIntyre feud, right? At least he had that. So then we go into building new stars. If he made Roman Reigns, John Cena, not feel like Roman Reigns and John Cena, make them feel a bit boring, then how do you possibly think he's ever going to create a star on his own that isn't already established as a star? How is he ever going to do that? They're trying to build up Braun Breaker as that next guy, right? That next guy, him and Jacob Fatu for the men. Those are the two, right? Those are the 2 names where you think, right, if they're going to build new stars for the future, those are the 2. Do you think he's going to do that properly? Do you think he's going to make Braun Breaker feel like a prime Roman Reigns, that next big guy, right? So you go through history, you go Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, Rock, John Cena, then Roman Reigns, then Braun Breaker. He has the potential to be. Not with Triple H. Not with Triple H. Absolutely not. He is not going to reach that level of stardom as long as Triple H is booking him. Same for Jacob Fatu. Doesn't matter how good you are. Doesn't matter how good you are. You're not going to be booked as such. There is no way Triple H can book a star. He ruins everyone. Everyone. He ruins. He might book you good for a little bit, right? He might give you good booking for a good, maybe a good few months. You'll get good booking. Then he will ruin you. Ask Gunther. Ask Gunther what happened to him at WrestleMania this year. Ask him. You tapped out chants every single week because of what Triple H did to him. Now, a lot of it is because the crowds these days are extremely annoying, but most of it is because Triple H was the one that had him go out there and have him tap out to Jey Uso. And then he wants us to believe that Gunther is a big dominant star in the company, right? He's their beast. He's their Brock Lesnar. He's their impossible to beat guy, right? If you're bringing someone back and you want them to go against a beast, right? If you want a underdog story, you're going against Gunther, right? If you, like, in the future, if they do an underdog story with someone against Gunther, it no longer works. It doesn't work anymore. You can't do it anymore because we'll all know and we'll all remember, as much as they try to make us forget about it, Gunther tapped out to Jey Uso in 8 seconds. He tapped out to Jey Uso in 8 seconds. Oh my god. It's just stupid, man. I don't think Gunther's ever tapped anyone out that quick. Like, it's stupid. And then their way to kind of rectify that, their way to make you, oh shit, we might have fucked up a little bit. I know what we'll do. We'll put him into something with Pat McAfee. We'll have him in a match with a commentator. That will show everyone. That will really show everyone that Gunther is still a star. He's still dominant. He's still a beast. Because he beat up a commentator. Wow, Gunther, you're right. He's the top guy. It doesn't... And then they went out there in a dominant match. The only way that could have gone is Gunther beats the absolute living hell out of Pat McAfee. In reality, they had a semi-decent, like, competitive match. Gunther took most of it, but Pat McAfee actually got quite a bit of offense in. And then after the match, Gunther shows respect to Pat McAfee. Oh, fair play, respect. You gave me a good competitive match out there, buddy. That was their way of rectifying what they did at WrestleMania. That was their way to make up for it. So, ask Gunther. Ask Gunther what Triple H... And Gunther loves to claim, oh, I'm a Triple H guy. I love Triple H. I love his booking. Do you really? Because he's not booking you correctly. Like, is Triple H booking Gunther better than Vince did? That's up for debate. That is up for debate. Because I'm not sure. Because it's just bad, isn't it? It's just bad. And that's another star that is ruined. So, ask Gunther if Triple H can book a star. Ask Gunther what Triple H does to you. Ask Drew McIntyre what Triple H does to you. Drew McIntyre involved in something really good with CM Punk, right? Genuinely, probably, you could make the argument that it's the best thing that we've seen under Triple H. There might be other things that I'm forgetting right now, but if it's not, it's top 3. It's top 3. It was perfect. It was so good. And everything that Drew McIntyre did for the company in the COVID era, right? So we get to 2025, and what's he doing? He loses a feud to Damian Priest, which, I mean, he was a little bit injured. He had to go away for a little bit, so fair enough. Fair enough. Loses in a stupid way, but it is what it is. He comes back. People are genuinely happy to see the guy. He comes back to take an RKO from Randy Orton instantly. His first show back. Think about that. He's just returned from injury. His first show back. He's already taken an RKO from Randy Orton. Instantly. His first show back. And then he's shoved into something with Jelly Roll. That's Drew McIntyre's booking. Jelly Roll. By the way, he lost to Randy Orton. He loses to Randy Orton in their match. Then he's shoved into something with Jelly Roll and Logan Paul. So ask Drew McIntyre what Triple H does to you, does to a star, does to someone that should be a top star in that company. Ask Drew McIntyre and Gunther and so many other people in that company. So many people. Ask Chad Gable what he does to show you, to thank you, to reward you for loyalty, for putting effort in, for going all out, doing everything that's asked of you by the company. Ask Chad Gable. Chad Gable puts on a stupid mask to play a stupid character, goes at their Money in the Bank weekend, has goes all out at Worlds Collide, doesn't hold back at all, and then the same day, a few hours later, goes at Money in the Bank and goes all out again. He goes all out, doesn't hold back twice in one day. After everything you've asked of him, everything you've had him do and say and act like as a Starbucks order. And then Triple H's way of saying, you know what? Really appreciate what you did for me this weekend. You went all out. We've got you just playing this character. You're going all out with it. You're putting effort into it. You're not holding back. We respect it. On Raw, we're gonna have you lose to AJ Styles. That's our way to reward you. Because that's what happened. 2 days after that day, 2 days after going all out twice, he goes out on Raw and loses to AJ Styles in a completely nothing match that means nothing. So, ask Chad Gable what he does and shows you to pay you respect and thank you for putting loyalty and effort into everything that you do. And doing everything they ask of you. Ask R-Truth. Ask R-Truth how Triple H rewards loyalty and doing everything that you're asked of. Ask Triple H. Ask R-Truth. Sorry. Because R-Truth did everything they asked of him for years and years, to the point of looking like an idiot. To the point of looking like he has one brain cell. Dressing up as a Christmas tree. Dressing up as everything you could think of. To look like an idiot every single week. Right? Act like an actual idiot every single week. For years. And then Triple H's way of saying, you know what? Thank you for everything you've done for the company. Everything you've been asked of. Entertaining the people. Right? Every single week. We've gave you absolute shite every single week. But you've turned it into gold. You've entertained people. So we're going to release you. We're going to release you. And then everyone stands up. Finally, everyone stands up and says, no, that's fucked up. You can't do that. So the company realizes, we messed up. We've got to bring him back. They bring him back. And they give him the same exact booking as they gave him before. But the only difference is he's more serious. He's still losing. He's still getting beat up. Still doing nothing of substance. He's just a bit more serious now. So, ask R-Truth how Triple H rewards you. So basically, what I'm trying to say is you're doomed. You do everything for the company, everything you're asked of. Triple H ruins you. You become a big star. Triple H ruins you. You're already a big star coming into the company, or a big star currently. Triple H ruins you. He ruins everyone. There's nothing you can do in that company to get a huge push, because Triple H isn't capable of a huge push. He isn't capable of making you care about someone. He isn't capable of putting effort into someone and creativity into a character or a storyline or a person. So you're doomed in that company. You're doomed if you're on the level of Roman Reigns or John Cena. And you're doomed if you're on the level of a Chad Gable. And you're doomed if you're coming up. Trick Williams just got a really good promo on Raw, right? My first initial reaction to that was, well, it was during an ad break, but Trick Williams got a really good promo. And I was like, damn, that's got a star written all over him. If he works on his in-ring work, if he gets better in the ring, we have a genuine future star of the company right here. He's so good. And then I very quickly realised, one big issue here. One huge issue here. Triple H isn't going to book a star. He makes stars feel mid. So he ain't going to make mid feel like stars. You know, I'm not saying Trick Williams is mid, but in the grand scheme of things, on the card, you know what I mean? So you're doomed if you work in that company. As for the women, he has his favourite, Rhea Ripley. Everything revolves around Rhea Ripley. Io Sky. Io Sky. We're going to put the title on you. We're going to put the title on you. But we're going to have it revolve around Rhea Ripley from start to end. It's all going to be about Rhea. Because people complain about Rhea Ripley having the title constantly, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the title off of Rhea. But we don't know how to book her without the title in the picture, so we're going to have her joint at the hip of Io Sky for her entire title reign. All the fun matches Io Sky could have right now, or could have had for that title. All the talented women on that roster. All the talented women that Io Sky could have an incredible match with. A story. If I was to tell you that Io only defended the title against Rhea, would you believe me? Because that is the case. Io only defended the title against Rhea Ripley. I mean, yeah, you can throw in Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, but Rhea Ripley was still in that match. So Io only defended the title against Rhea Ripley. Io's entire title reign was about Rhea. It wasn't even about Io. It was about Rhea wanting that title back. And now Naomi has the title, and she's still joint at the hip of Naomi and Io. So that women's division, doomed as long as Rhea Ripley is there and Triple H is booking her, because I like Rhea. I like Rhea. She's incredibly over. She should be involved in big things, big matches, big storylines. But that doesn't have to constantly involve the title. Same goes for the entire women's roster, and it has been the case for years. Has been the case for years, where if there is a match on a PLE for the women, it is always for the title. They never have a big storyline and match on a PLE that doesn't involve a title. Been the case for years. If there's not a title in the picture for the women, they don't book you as into anything big, especially if your name's not Rhea Ripley. So again, you're doomed. Stephanie McMahon said at Evolution, the women are consistently main eventing. Are they? Are they? The last time women main evented a PLE that wasn't Evolution was February 2024. Well over a year ago. Elimination Chamber. Rhea Ripley, because obviously, versus Nia Jax. That was the last time women main evented a PLE. So what do you mean? So again, the whole point of all of this, if you're in that company, you want to be a star, you want main events, you want storylines, you want to be a top guy or women in that company, you're doomed, because Triple H cannot book anyone correctly. No matter what position on the card you are, he will find a way to ruin you. He's not booking anyone good right now. Even the people he wants to book properly, like Bron Breakker, Jacob Fatu, he's not booking correctly. You're doomed if you work for that company, is my point of all of this. As I said at the start of this rant is just, I don't even know, I can't even remember what I've said, to be honest. I've just got absolute pure tunnel vision. Don't know what I've said. I don't know where I'm going with it. Tunnel vision. I'm just ranting. I'm just holding a microphone and just talking. I don't know what I'm on about. I don't know what I'm waffling about. It's a therapy session. You are my therapist right now, as I'm just letting out all my frustrations for this company. But I mean, to be honest, I could rant about Triple H for hours and hours and hours. He's that bad. He's that bad. He's that frustrating as a booker. What do I rant about now? I think in my last podcast, am I calling this a podcast? Am I? Uh, yeah. You know what? This is a podcast, therapy session podcast, part two. In my first podcast, for the last 10 minutes, more casual chat, more just a nice little casual chat about anything because the rant is done. My voice hurts, my throat hurts, so I'm done. I'm done. Let's chill out a little bit. Stop with the ranting. Let's just have a nice, simple, casual chat. Now, how is everyone's day going? What are we up to today? For me, what am I doing today? I don't actually know. What day is it? Thursday. It's Thursday. The weather in England right now, as always, is very bipolar. So I don't really think I can plan anything ever. But I'll think of something. But I'm gonna upload this and then go on an adventure or something. Who knows? Who knows? I might fly to where is WWE even right? Is it still in Connecticut? I don't know. But I'm gonna fly to America for the first time in my life. Fly to America, and do you know what I'm gonna do there? Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have stern words with Triple H. I'll tell him, "Oh, you better book these shows, better you," and then he'll listen to me because he wouldn't, right? I'll say, "Oi, listen, mate. You know yeah, yeah. You got to start booking these shows better, mate, because I'm telling you now, you are boring me to death. You're boring me into a depression. I want to be happy. I want to be happy. ST Wrestling. ST Wrestling wants to be happy here, mate. He wants to have a good, nice little, happy, simple life, and you're a big disturbance to that, mate. Can't live a nice, simple, peaceful, happy life when you're booking these absolute awful shows. And you know what, mate? I'm not going to stop watching, which is what you would tell me. You tell me that, oh, if I critique you, I'm not a fan. Well, I tell you, I am a fan. I'm not going to stop watching because I love this company. I love this place. I love this business. I love wrestling. But I'm telling you now, yeah, mate, you're testing my patience, mate. You are testing my patience. So I'd have stern words with him. I'd say, I'm sure he'd be absolutely, his timbers would be shivered if I walked in there. Telling you now, he'd be shaking in his boots. um, uh, but no, these shows do need to get better on a real though because it is actually depressing. Every Monday and Friday night, I dread. If there's one point in the week that I absolutely dread, it's a Monday night and a Friday night. Absolutely dread it. Telling you, I dread it. Every Friday, right? Every Friday and Monday, having a nice day, right? No matter, maybe lately, sun's been out in England. It's been very hot, right? Very hot. Um, the sun's been out, so I've been having nice days, right? Nice days out, going and doing things. And then at some point in the day, at some point, I'll think, what else am I doing today? What am I doing tonight? Oh, SmackDown's on. Raw is on. And then for the rest of the day, I'm just kind of, the mood is gone. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. I don't let it ruin my day. I don't let it ruin my day at all. Maybe for the half an hour leading up to it, I'm dreading it. For the half an hour leading up to it, I'm a bit like, I'm like, I try to gaslight myself into watching it. Because deep down, I'm like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to watch this. I'm going out of my way to watch 2.5 hours or 2 hours, or it used to be 3 hours, of something that I don't even want to watch. That's like watching a movie twice a week that you don't even want to watch. You know it's going to be bad, yet you're forcing yourself to watch it because you're a fan. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, it's like, imagine your favorite show, whatever it is, Breaking Bad, Sopranos, Dexter, whatever it is. They start putting out a show twice a week, and it just gets absolutely awful. But you still watch it because you love the show, right? But it just gets absolutely depressing. It's that, but if it was 2 hours, like it's genuinely just. And then even when I'm watching it, I'm like, is there anything, like, if I accidentally fall asleep right now, it's not my fault that I've missed it, right? I start telling myself things like this, like, if I just fall asleep on accident, if I just close my eyes right now and I was to fall asleep, I can't be blamed, right? The next day I'm doing a review, it's not my fault if I fell asleep, it's Triple H's fault for putting me asleep. And I'm trying to convince myself, well, what else could I be doing right now that's better than this? Anything. But now I do these reviews, I have to sit through it. But I'll be honest with you lot. I'll be completely honest with you lot. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I miss it. Right? If there's a match coming up between people that I just couldn't care less about, if there's a match with LWO, New Day, and American Made, which is what we got on Raw, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret here. Didn't watch it. Couldn't care less. I can't remember what I did. I think I might have gone downstairs to have a break, to have a breather. Maybe I went outside to just relax and just get some fresh air and just kind of okay, like, give myself a motivational speech to get through the rest of the night, right? Like, I'm just there, kind of just like, okay, you can do it. You can do it. Listening to motivational speeches on YouTube, because I'm sure other people use that for, like, mental health, right? Getting through work, getting through the gym, putting that hard work in, right? For me, I use it for getting through a WWE show. Put on some David Goggins, anyone that's a motivational speaker, put them on to get through a Raw. Because it's a chore. I do a lot of chores. Watching WWE is the most jarring and worst of them all. You know what I mean? But it's what we all love, right? We all love it. We're always going to love it. As long as wrestling is around, we're all going to be there. We're all going to love it. We're all going to keep watching. Because there's nothing on the planet like it, right? And when wrestling is good, it is great. When we get a great when we get a great wrestling moment, there's nothing like it, right? I love football, or soccer if you're American. Don't like using that word, but I'll use it to, whatever. But when there's a great wrestling moment, there is nothing in any other sport like it. Because it's just goosebumps, right? You're watching it on replay over and over and over again because it was just so good. Whether it's a match or a storyline or a moment or a promo, when something is great and you go, okay, that was incredible, then there's nothing like it. I remember one of my favourite things I've ever seen in professional wrestling, Royal Rumble a few years ago. Main event, Roman and Sami Zayn turning on Roman. Just the pure emotion and reaction from the crowd. The moment that they'd been building up towards. Because here's a concept that Triple H isn't aware of. That's what happens when you tell a storyline. When you tell a storyline that people are invested in, people care about, with big names, a storyline, Triple H, Google the definition of a storyline, and you have the culmination as this big, huge moment, you get that, which was perfect. Every character involved in that was just told perfectly, and they had layers, they had depth. Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Paul Heyman, Sami Zayn, Roman, they all had layers, and you got to know every time they were on TV, you found out a new layer to their character. So you were invested in every single little thing that they did. So when you get to Royal Rumble and you get this huge moment, Sami Zayn turns on Roman Reigns, it's just incredible. It's perfect. The culmination of a storyline. And it is so good when we get this. And I feel like that's a good cherry to put on top of this entire video. Storylines. Tell storylines and you get moments like that. If you don't tell storylines, if you just have, oh, I don't like you, You don't like me. Let's have a match. Because if Triple H was booking the Bloodline back in the day, that's all you would have got. Sami Zayn would have been turned on instantly. Okay, that sounds a bit mad. Well, I mean, I don't know what he's into. He might like getting beat up. I don't know. But Triple H would have ended that storyline instantly. You wouldn't have got the culminating moments. Triple H, learn how to book a storyline. Learn what a storyline is. That's how I'm going to end this entire video. Triple H, learn what a storyline is. Please, for all of our sakes. Hopefully you enjoyed this absolute waffle rant. Don't know what it was. Don't know what I spoke about. Pure waffle. Pure rant. I don't even know. Therapy session. Podcast. Don't know. But hopefully you enjoyed it.